When we looked at Shaquille today, our guys came to me, Mike and Aaron, and said, look, he's going to make dramatic improvement with us because he's, what they do, it's a matter of flexibility in the joints and different things. They're very progressive with their rehabilitation. They felt very strongly that he's going to be more mobile and explosive than what he has been because he's going to be part of our program that Grant is part of and Steve is part of. That was the only way I was going to feel comfortable with it. And I also wanted to hear from him. And Mike spoke with him. I spoke with him. Robert Sarver spoke with him. He wants to be here. He's dying to be here. Shaquille's a winner. He's a champion. He was not happy in Miami playing for a team that's rebuilding. It was not a good situation. We feel like with our core group that we have here surrounding him, he doesn't have to be the star. He can be one of our guys, but he can be one of our guys who's unlike any of our other guys. Our post defense improves. We have a presence in the middle. It's it's a little different. It's a different look. And with that said, I think I'll kind of turn it over to Mike because we've talked a lot in the last few days about how this is going to work, and we feel very strongly that we can get out there and be very effective. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Excuse me. First thing, I just want to thank Sean and Marcus for what they've done, and Sean especially. I came here and Sean was here, so the whole time I've been in Phoenix, Sean has been here, and he's meant a lot to me, personally, and he's a great person above all. And like Steve said, just echo his sentiments about what he means to Phoenix and what he has done. Having said that, and I just told the team, I really thought we had a chance to win the title the way we were, and I thought that things had to go right, obviously, and we were right on the cusp, and we were doing pretty well. We were first in the West. But when the Shaq name came up, I think we just got better, and if we can better our team, then why not do it? And the question mark, as Steve said, was, does he have any gas left in the tank? And I think you guys debated it now for 24 hours, and you've come up with no, and I think you're wrong. Our medical staff thinks that a lot of things are correctable. He knows that he's ready to roll, and I think he will make a profound difference on our team and yet play more or less the way we play, because I do find it kind of funny. Well, first I find it funny we can't win without a big man. Once we get a big man, now we can't win with a big man. So I find the argument kind of funny. But anyway, that's how it is. I don't know where that argument came from. But I do think that he wants to show. He's not going to come to Phoenix and lay an egg. I mean, he is focused and ready to roll, and he wants to show the world and show all the pundits that that's a great trade. And, he's a basketball player, and whatever it takes for us, if we have to tweak a little bit of what we do, obviously we do. But he knows how to pass, he knows how to run, he knows how to play basketball, so why can't he fit in with a group of guys that are very good? And we're looking forward to the little bit of a challenge that we have, but we're really excited about the possibilities of how good this team can be.
Mike, do you have any idea when you might play?
I don't. He's been out for a couple of weeks, so we have to gradually get him in, and whether that's in 5 days or 10 days, I don't know that. Aaron, they'll start working on him, and we'll get him back as soon as we can without rushing it. And if it's 10 minutes a game he has to play to get started, or 30, that'll all be left up to our doctors and training staff, and they'll do a phenomenal job. And Shaq, and when he's comfortable, we'll do it. There's no rush, but at the same time, we want to get started as soon as we can.
Anytime you guys put a major piece in, obviously there's a transition, but aren't you going from one kind of team to another kind of team on the fly?
Well, I don't know about on the fly. Again, didn't they have, you were from L.A., right? Didn't they have Showtime and they had a 40-year-old center running down behind everybody? I mean, it's just marvelous. I mean, somebody, if he gets a rebound and outlets the pass, we're gone. He doesn't have to catch up with us. We just have to finish the play. And he was telling me upstairs, if he doesn't get the rebound, he's running the floor. And we'll see. Maybe it does some tweaking, but we think that we can get that done. And again, there's going to be some question marks, and there's reasons to debate it. But that's good. And we just feel like the players are giddy with the possibilities. He's ready and focused, and and it's up to the coaching staff to do the tweaks without changing everything. I don't think we have to. And we got to put a great product out there. We have great players, so why can't it work?
Steve, you said you weren't looking to make a move. How much was this predicated on the Lakers? You just saw them and then obviously what
It wasn't a direct reaction to what the Lakers did. I think in some ways it was a reaction to looking at things over the course of the season and seeing that when we struggled, it was because we had to double team down on the post frequently when we played against all the big players in the West, and there are a lot of them. And I think ultimately going into the playoffs, would we have felt comfortable with what we had? Maybe not. I think we kind of had a puncher's chance in a lot of ways. You know, if the matchups were right, if we got hot, yeah, we could do well. We've come close the last few years playing a similar style. But we felt better about our chances to go over the course of 4 rounds of playoffs to do so with a big man in the middle like Shaquille and a great core of players around him. I just think we're a more well-rounded basketball club that will be better prepared for postseason play.
Steve, how much internal discussion was there about his contract? They're taking on a huge amount of money in the next couple of years, and if this doesn't work, especially in terms of salary cap and flexibility-wise.
Well, the next 2 years, we actually gain a little, because of the 2 contracts involved with Marcus and Sean. It's the 3rd year that is an issue. We were going to have cap room that year. That was the year Sean's contract was up. We would have considered re-signing Sean at that point. If not, we were going to sign somebody else. The way we looked at it is we were going to spend that money anyway at some level, probably close to what we're spending now anyway. So why not, go for it with Shaquille, particularly with our medical people saying he's going to be good, he's going to be fine. And let's face it, we've got Steve Nash, Grant Hill. We've got a few years here where we can really make a push. And we're committed to doing it, even if it means, spending a little extra money.
Mike, you heard Steve talk about Shaq's presence on playoff time. Can you just tell us what that means for you to have when other teams try to slow it down from playoff time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious what he can give us. And again, the question mark is how good can we get? And, I only disagree a little bit because I thought we'd win anyway. So I think this makes it easier. I thought we were really good, and we are really good. And I just think with Shaq, it's the obvious things. Now we don't have to double as much, and we're still going to run, and we're still going to do the things that we do, and we're going to move the ball and spread the floor and do all the things we do. Things have changed since 4 years ago when we first started out and we weren't in the playoffs and we're trying to figure out how to get to the playoffs. And all of a sudden we open the floor up and we go a little and win 61 games. And so we're on a nice roll here. Now, no one ever came that second year and said, well, you can get Shaq. Well, no, we don't want to do that. We want to stay small, We want to go big when you get a really, really, really good big. And so I think it's an obvious move, and he will help us in all the areas that we're deficient in. Now, we will also not run as much and not spread the floor quite as much, but Shaq is good enough to overcome that. So, you give and take a little bit, but we think overall we're a better basketball team. Whether it's for the playoffs or for tomorrow, we'll see, but we just think we're better.
What was Steve Nash's reaction when you chatted with him about it?
He was extremely pleased. Yeah. I mean, I just think that, no, he's happy. I mean, you get Shaq. I mean, come on, guys. This guy's got 4 rings, and he's carried franchises, especially the Miami. He and Wade took him to a title. We just feel like the cast of characters that we have is going to take a lot off his plate, but at the same time, he's going to give a lot. So, and again, it's all, on paper, and we've got to work it out. We've got to get on the floor. We've got to go through these issues, and we'll see what we got. But we're extremely confident that it's going to be really good.
Mike, while a lot of people will say this will slow you down, the obvious thing is if Shaq gets defensive rebounds, that could speed your game up. There's more possession.
Yeah. I mean, we hope so, and we'll see. And I know Jack's sitting here, and we're doing a sequel. It's going to be 24 seconds or less. But say, I gave him that line. He's been using it without my permission, and that's not right. But anyway. No, he said 25, but it's 24-second clock. Come on, Jack. So, okay. I'm not in that literary stuff.